When I first started creating, I thought being an artist was just about mastering the craft, whether it was painting, writing, music, or editing, learning the tools, perfecting the technique, making everything look flawless. But the more I created, the more I realized art isn't just about skill. 30,000 years ago, human walked into a cave with nothing but charcoal and painted animals on stone walls. No schools, no teachers, no rules, and yet their art still moves us today. Fast forward to now, AI can generate an entire painting in seconds, even win art competitions. Suddenly, the world is asking, what really makes someone an artist? Is it the hand that creates, the mind that imagines, or is it something deeper, something no machine could ever replace? Throughout history, humans have turned to art to make sense of the chaos around them. In the flicker of firelight, cave painters etched their lives onto stone, rough, imperfect, yet powerful enough to outlast time itself. Centuries later, the Renaissance masters gave us works like Michelangelo's Sistine Chapel and Da Vinci's Mona Lisa. Precision and emotion blended into something almost divine. They didn't just paint, they elevated human experience to the realm of the sacred. Then came the Impressionists. Monet painted fleeting light as if trying to capture time itself. Van Gogh turned his pain into swirling skies that seemed to breathe with emotion. They broke the rules, choosing feeling over realism. The world called them mad until it called them geniuses. And today, a new chapter is being written. Some artists create entire universes inside computers that feel more real than reality. Others take fragments of video and weave them into powerful stories that move millions, making the invisible visible. Every tool, every medium, whether cave walls, canvas, film, or pixels, serves the same eternal purpose: to express something that words alone cannot capture. Because here's the truth I've discovered: the tools will always change, but the heart of art remains the same, to connect us to each other and to something greater than ourselves. When you look closely, you discover something profound. Every great artistic movement wasn't born from comfort, it was forged in necessity. Those cave painters weren't decorating walls for beauty. They were fighting against oblivion itself, desperate to leave proof that they existed, that they witnessed the world's wild majesty. Each animal etched in stone was a declaration: I was here, I saw this. Remember, the Renaissance masters weren't chasing perfection for its own sake. They were wrestling with humanity's place in an expanding universe, trying to bridge the gap between the earthly and the divine. Every brushstroke was a prayer, every canvas a search for meaning in a world that suddenly felt both infinite and fragile. And Van Gogh, he didn't paint because the world celebrated him, the world rejected him. He painted because creation was the only language that could translate the storm inside his soul. Each swirl of paint was survival itself. This is the thread that connects every artist across time. Art is how we process being alive. When life overwhelms us with questions we can't answer, who are we? Why do we suffer? What happens when we're gone? We reach for brushes, cameras, words, clay. We transform confusion into clarity, pain into beauty, silence into song. And here's what I realized: the most powerful art often comes from the moments we feel most lost. When words fail us, when logic abandons us, when the weight of existence feels too heavy to bear alone, that's when we reach for creation. The trembling hand that still draws, the voice that still sings through tears, the camera that captures beauty even in brokenness. This is why art endures, not because it's perfect, but because it's honest. It's the record of humans trying to understand what it means to be human. Every piece of art is a message in a bottle, thrown into the vast ocean of time. Sometimes it reaches someone across the room, sometimes it finds someone across centuries, but always it carries the same plea: Do you feel this too? Am I alone in this? And when we create, we're not just making something beautiful, we're answering that ancient call. Now AI enters the scene, and honestly, it's intimidating. It can paint in seconds, write scripts in minutes, compose music that sounds like it belongs in a concert hall, and even design logos or stories tailored for anyone, anywhere. And it makes us wonder, if machines can do all this, what's left for us? But here's the truth. Every AI creation I've seen, no matter how impressive, feels like a reflection without a source. It can assemble, remix, and generate, but it doesn't understand the weight of a memory, the ache of loss, the rush of love, or the quiet persistence of hope. When I write a script, I'm not just arranging words. I'm expressing thoughts born from my own struggles and questions. When I edit a video, I'm not just cutting clips. I'm chasing a rhythm that feels alive to me. And when any of us create, whether it's drawing, filming, writing, or designing, we're not just making content. We're leaving behind fingerprints of who we are, because art was never about the tools: charcoal, brush, pen, camera, software, or AI. These are only instruments. What makes it art is the human pulse behind it. And maybe that's what has kept art alive for 30,000 years. Not the medium, not the technique, but the unshakable need to turn our humanity into something that lasts. So, what does it mean to be an artist? It's not about tools. It's not about recognition. To be an artist is to refuse silence, to take your humanity and transform it into something that can be shared. Whether you're painting on cave walls or editing on screens, the question isn't about the medium. The question is, are you brave enough to leave your fingerprints on this world? Because for 30,000 years, artists have been saying the same thing: I was here, I felt this, you're not alone. That's what it means to be an artist, to keep that conversation alive.